Hey guys, we're gonna have a great episode here. We got something good for you. We're gonna talk about Uncle Drew. We're gonna talk about Tag, and of course, we're gonna link it back to comedy with a purpose.
We're gonna talk about the communism you just did.
The comedy skit that I just did.
No, communism.
Communism. Hey man, communism is fuck communism. Communism is terrible.
Is it?
But one of the first things I wanted to bring up was just the family themes. That was like a big thing in both Tag and Uncle Drew.
How was it a big thing in Tag?
So, you mean Uncle Drew? Okay, well, continue on. It's a big thing because in Uncle Drew, the character Dax, and if you haven't seen either of these movies, I'm probably going to ruin this for you. But, I mean...
Spoiler alert!
Excellent. So, if you haven't seen Uncle Drew and Tag, Uncle Drew is basically about a character named Dax, played by the comedian Lil Rel, and he basically just wants to win the classic because...
Basketball classic.
Wants to be the man. Like his motivations aren't clearly defined, other than that he spent $5,000. Which how he got that on a finish line salary, we'll never know. I mean, he probably could have gotten that over time. I'm just saying, like, how did you do that and live out of your girl's place?
He's not paying any bills.
Yeah, he's definitely not paying any bills. Through getting together with Uncle Drew and all the different people from Boots to Lights to fucking. Big Shock. And the last person is Lisa Leslie. Although I forget what her name was. Oh, and Church. You know, let's just call him Pastor and the preacher's wife. Because literally that's kind of how it breaks down. But through reuniting with all of them, you know, he comes to finally find a family and wraps up some childhood trauma, which didn't really happen in Tag, because Tag's the opposite. You know, they've been friends for forever, and they all come together, and they play Tag for the entire month of May.
Tag was great.
I mean, no, Tag was great. Uncle Drew was great. But, I mean, both of them have, like, family ties. Like, the Tag thing, that's a brotherhood. Like, especially at the start of the film. Like, it's an actual brotherhood. No women allowed. If you got a vagina, I'm sorry, this game is not for you. This game is only for the boys and only for the month of May. And hopefully, but for your thoughts on family, how did you feel about Tag's family? Did you think it was okay? Did you think it was bad? What Arm said?
I don't think that was what?
I know. I purposely did that to fuck with you. Sorry, Armstead. How did you feel?
I feel like Tag was.
He was looking at me.
It was very entertaining. Very entertaining. I want to speak on so many parts of the movie, but I don't want to give too much away.
No,
I don't want to give too much. Okay, check it out. As soon as it came on, part where I can't remember the guy's name. He's a business guy, and the other guy got the job just so he can get in there and tag him. Shit was hilarious. Then he cornered him in the room. Then he's gonna say, "Hey, you don't think I can get the fuck up out of here? Pick up the chair, throw it against the window. Window don't break."
But that's so shit funny that your brothers would try.
Yes.
Like, that's some regular shit that your brothers would try. Your brothers would be like, oh man, I got you cornered, I'm gonna get you, and then you try to escape, but this time didn't work out quite like what you would have wanted.
But it was an extra great idea. I liked how they did the stunts and everything when dude fell off the staircase.
Yeah, it was
onto the car and the whole the
fight. I mean, well, he was trying to do the old King Kong.
Yeah,
but he forgot that this is the urban jungle and shit is not gonna work out that well.
Yeah, we were talking about Hoagie when he first met. I think the other guy's name was Marvin, or was it Callahan? Or Callahan was the one that was attacked.
Yeah, because Callahan was the one who was actually doing well in life, whereas Hoagie was the nigga who was doing the worst in life.
Who, Hoagie? I don't think he was. He wasn't doing bad, remember?
Yeah, he had a PhD.
Spoiler alert, he's about to die. I mean, I think he was doing okay.
I mean, Hoagie was doing alright, but I mean, are you really alright when you about to die?
Didn't he have a PhD?
To be honest, no, they didn't really. He's the
only
only character that didn't have a background.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of not Couch. What was the guy's name? Started with a C.
Callahan. Boy, you can't even Google his name right now.
Yeah, his name just ain't coming up, man. His name.
That was Randy. I think he was Randy.
His real name was Randy.
But
they never called him that. They called him something else. They called him some shit.
The weed guy. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. I'm talking about Weed Head. Weed Head 101.
He will be referred to at this point moving forward as Weed Guy.
So yeah, Weed Guy. I mean, he was at the bottom.
Yeah, he was at the bottom.
He was just basically like,
he had just got a divorce and he moved in with his father.
Chili,
that was his name. We was close, cool, chill.
Yeah.
Like penguins, we deal, pickle. I'm in one.
I like how you did that.
Keep it kosher.
That was actually not bad. But yeah. Chili. Jeez, man. Chili was just another whole person.
Aspects of brotherhood. That's what we kind of strayed away from.
Yeah, family things.
Anybody got any, like, as I get older, I'm looking at my friends. I'm just like, it's time to like delete and reset. I want brotherhood like that. Those dudes were cool.
Yeah,
but don't come to my job like that. That's all white
You
privilege.
come to my job.
That's all white privilege.
Nigga, I'm gonna help the security guard throw your ass out.
Unless they gave me a job and you actually gave me good health care, then yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's what Hoagie did. He was like, "Your healthcare is crap." And he's like, "No, actually, your healthcare is actually
It's pretty good.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, you're right.
Pretty
It's
nice."
good.
I mean, what he should have done is stayed his ass over at that company so he could have got the nice health benefits. I would have rescinded. If I were Callahan, I would have rescinded his firing because it's like, now I know that you got cancer, nigga. We're gonna take care of you.
I thought it was funny when they was in that room and he gave him a job. Who was that? Who gave him a job? It was somebody else famous.
No, that was Lil Rel.
Okay.
He was in both movies. That was the link.
Oh, well, he gave him a job and he was just like, yeah, well, what can you start? Pick up a can, throw it away.
Motherfucker, what the fuck you doing?
Exactly.
That was a full can of Coke.
That was
I
a
didn't
full
open
ass
it.
can of Coke.
Hold on, that's his name, Lil Rel? I didn't know his name.
Yeah, but he played Reggie in that movie.
Yeah. Well, no. I thought
No, that's his name. His name in the movie was Reggie.
I thought Reggie was the black guy.
No. The black guy is not Sloan, Sable.
Sable.
God damn, that is the whitest black name I've ever heard.
I would name my son Sable.
You really would name your son Sable?
Yes.
I feel like your son would turn out after being Sable as
Or
being
Turbo. Turbo Sable.
I feel like if you named your child Turbo, if he doesn't become a NASCAR driver, you failed as a parent.
Or a football player.
Or a football player. No, basketball doesn't work as well.
Yes, it does.
Rugby works
Turn
better.
on them turbo jets. Turbo.
Basketball doesn't work as well. If your child were to become a rugby player, he literally would have his entire
If
life.
my child became a rugby player, we do not live in America.
Yeah.
Well,
Or if we do live in America, we live in the best parts of America.
true. If you play rugby, you tend to live in your parents own companies.
Like,
one.
when we go to the pool, the police are calling on us.
No. When you go to the pool, the police give you a donut and laugh with you because they're like, this nigger has money. A lot of it. Like an entire pool full.
You have a brotherhood like that with your friends?
I mean,
Not to that extent.
I feel like my brotherhood is coming along. There are definitely a couple things and a couple people who need to maybe change some of their professions.
How is
But
that your business?
it technically it's not. But I'm just saying.
Oh, you talking about when you go places, if you want to come, just be ready.
Well, no. I
We
mean,
had situations
at
like that
some
before.
point in time, I want my friends
We
to be able to
should
just
drop
do
it.
that.
Not necessarily drop them. We should just uplift them. You know what I mean?
No, you can't help niggas.
Sometimes you can, man. Sometimes you
I
can.
mean, you're both
we were
technically right.
at one point in time. You know, we were once one of those Negroes. We was. You gotta admit it. We was at one point. I can admit it. At one point in time.
You were never, never. You were never that dude.
Remember that dude?
Well, I was never that dude.
Correct. There's
but-
levels to it.
But
Yeah,
I was,
you being on hard times is one thing.
Yeah.
You always living like it's hard times.
Yeah. That's
Always living like it's hard
Yeah.
time.
That's different. And then other dudes who just don't know the fruits of life or the fruits of their own labor, they don't enjoy it. You just gotta figure out who can you hang around and who can you be around. And other dudes just put themselves in bad situations and you just like,
But even still to this day, you genuinely still want to help that person.
Do you really
You
want
do.
to help that person?
You do. You do.
Okay,
You do.
You want to help those people.
I want to help people who want to help themselves and
Yes.
want a better life.
God
In
helps
addition-
those who help themselves. And
At
I
the
am
same
not
time,
trying
man,
to
still-
outdo God.
Right? You can't. One day,
I understand what you're
you
saying.
gotta learn to quit on people.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You got to learn to let people be who they are.
And that's,
Well, I think maybe this is what I mean to say. What I mean to say is you're not going to just cancel them out your life, period. Like, you ain't about to block them, you know what I'm saying, not talk to them anymore, period. You know, because they were still a friend. You know what I'm saying? They were
I
still.
will.
No,
Could you be friends with someone who
You want to bet? I'll
mean-
control alt deleted it real quick.
real
You just ain't seen it yet. I've seen you do it, and that's fine because I don't really expect your friends when it comes to things that your own endeavors or whatever. I don't really. I noticed from doing music that the people around you aren't always your biggest supporters.
Yeah, that I can also agree with. That is
I mean, it's the thing. I mean, it's just a thing.
Yeah, that's just anything you deal with. Like, oh, you're trying to become a freaking neurosurgeon. I mean, good luck, but I can't help you.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the hard thing, but that's kind of what the whole family thing is about. Is you want to do things with people whether or not you're able to actually participate in that thing because that's what families do. You support each other.
That goes back to what I'm saying. Tag, it generally represents we're going to grow up, whatever.
Right.
But we always got to find some time for each other. And if that person's not finding time for you at all, in general, they're not really your friends. You're just keeping them around. That was the issue with, I guess, the main guy, Kung Fu guy, or what we call him? Hawkeye. He was never really their friend, but he messed with them for that 1 month.
Yeah.
Even
It was never truly their friend. Like the rest of them, they grew close because they always wanted to get Jerry. But for Jerry, he's just this guy that people seek out. I mean, he was probably cool with them. They probably kicked the block. They probably drank beers and stuff together and even talked about the same girls. But he was never like in because whoever it was who was in their year of shame, they was pissed off at him. And then all the other ones were just like, oh God, thank God it's not me.
But to be honest with you, man, without Jerry, I don't think they would have been as close as they are. Jerry is like...
Yeah, Jerry's the mountaintop.
Yeah, and not only do I feel like he's a mountaintop, I feel like he would have been still close within that circle if he were to have been, but he was so competitive with it that he always just was able to just stay far ahead, which I think was the point where he was trying to say was sometimes you really just can't help certain people. You got to do stuff by yourself.
No, Callahan didn't even invite him to his wedding, so he kind of realized they weren't friends, but he thought they were cool. If you notice, he didn't invite them to their wedding. They didn't even know he was getting married.
You know what?
He wasn't friends.
But you know what? But I figured the reason why is because he didn't even want to do the whole tag thing.
No,
I mean, that's what they said.
He said it. I didn't even consider inviting you guys to my wedding. Yeah.
Because he knew they were going to come anyway.
Jerry didn't invite them to his wedding. That was an excuse built in, of course, that I knew you would come. But he literally did not invite them to his wedding. Think about it.
Yeah.
If I'm getting married, I'll invite y'all. You ain't got to come.
Well, at the end he said
he already knew though.
Well, no, at the end he said he regretted it because he wanted them to be his groomsmen.
They weren't even up there, bro. They've been friends with him since he was 15. No, since they were
they
kids.
even signed a fucking contract that said they wouldn't do anything stupid. So I mean, all you had to do was just extend that.
They wouldn't do anything stupid until a certain time.
Yeah, but
that's why they tried to get his ass before.
Exactly, but the Doves thing made sense. But the doves are considered part of most ceremonies. Like, I feel like that was the cheapest, dumbest loophole attempt that a nigga has pulled since the old, if you're here at my place, you gotta fuck move.
Side note, y'all remember the scene with the chairs?
The AA meeting?
The AA meeting? Yeah. He broke both his arms performing that stunt. So his arms were broken, like, pretty much the whole time of the movie. If you notice, he don't really use his arms like that because they was broken the whole movie when they were filming it.
Damn.
You really did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He broke both his arms doing that chair stunt.
Damn. But it turned out great.
The only thing I didn't like about the movie was the ending.
You didn't like the ending?
I didn't like it. I would never have tagged. You going?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I would have tagged because for me, it's more important for me to rekindle my relationship with the group than it is for me to whatever. And the thing that he let the guy who was dying tag him, that shows that you're actually a brother. Because I wouldn't let the rest of them scrubs just give me. I wouldn't let the other guy. And plus, you saw that his competitive nature came at the end because he was like, "Here, man, you can tag, and then immediately, ha, got your ass." Also, I felt like in both movies, comedies is used as like progression. Like every time there's like a funny laugh, like immediately afterwards, they push the story forward. Like Uncle Drew, you see that a lot because whenever it's a joke, it's almost always at Dax's expense. It's like, ha ha ha, you're fat and you suck at basketball. That's what the overarching thing for Uncle Drew is. So basically, way back in the past, Dax, who had a real shitty life, he essentially is an orphan. Best roommate gets adopted, so he just basically sits at the orphanage. That's how he falls in love with basketball because, he ain't got shit else to do. Then he finally gets to a point where he's able to compete in a league, and they get to the finals. He gets shitted all over. The record classic becomes basically this thing that he just latches onto. Like, he's been trying to get people there his whole life and trying to put together a team, and he does so with Casper, which was probably not a good move in retrospect. But yeah, the White Ghost, he pretty much just turns on you immediately after. And I mean, he left you with fucking Nick Nolte, or whatever that guy's name is. He's a piece of shit. Absolute piece of shit. Like, there's nothing you can say about him that is an